world.
wait a minute. Is it on 3 or 1?
Oh, I'm sorry. 3.
Hold on.
2,
5,
1.
9, 4, 6,
3.
9.
Let's wait. Are we 3, 2, 1, go? Or 1, 2, 3? Then Richmond on 12.
Testes 1, 2. Syphilis. Michael Cymbola. Welcome to 2 Shots and a Royalty Check, brought to you by Venmo, Your Money, Your Move, and Liquid Death, Murder Your Thirst. Let's get back into it.
This is getting... Yeah, this is odd for everybody. I just got done with my first headphone mix because a bunch of my studio gear is in various places right now due to a slightly vagrant type of living situation. But I just did my first mix via headphones, and it would appear the client is thrilled with my headphone mixing. But I will say this. My ears got real fucking tired real fucking quick in headphones.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I noticed it, I think I was editing and, throwing some things, doing my basic. Because as a mixer, you have your tricks, you have your things you like to do. You're like, yeah, I'm going to throw some saturation on this. I'm going to go ahead and compress this. I'm going to do a parallel compression on this, blah, 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 all that kind of shit, right? So you got your tricks you're used to doing, and obviously each mix is different. You approach it with, like the song is one thing and, your tricks are, there to help that. And if they don't, you find new tricks. But after about 90 minutes, I had to take a 30-minute ear break. I was like, oh my gosh. Just having it, even with open back mixing headphones, I had to take a juicy ear break. And it's just something that, I think I had a client a few years ago that didn't understand the concept of an ear break at all. Just didn't understand that, at some point in time, everybody's tired. I mean, concentrating and really kind of, zoning in on the the perfect take and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's brain is fatigued. Everybody's ears are fatigued. And if you give everybody about 15 minutes, well, I'm not paying you to take 15 minutes off. I'm like, no, you're paying me to get the best product for you.
Paying me for the mix, bitch.
You're paying me mix, bitch.
You'd be paying me at night for thinking about it.
Which is true.
I love telling people that. You're not paying me for the time I'm working.
Yep.
Otherwise, I would charge you 20 hours a day.
Yeah, because I'm always working on this.
Yeah, I've got a little piece of my brain is always kind of working something.
Totally. I'm always So I
don't charge by the hour. I just don't anymore. I can't.
I had the conversation with somebody recently about charging because I charge by the project too. Yeah. And it's and it's just it'll average out to about this many hours, but that's not why you're paying me.
Right.
And I don't think that people should be penalized.
You said penal colony.
I don't think people should be punished penally for... Sorry, I'll come back in a minute. For being efficient. If I've got, 30 years experience staring at WAV files and manipulating them, and I'm really fucking good at it, I shouldn't be taking less money because I can knock it out quicker. I am still thinking about it when I'm, wandering around. I mean, even at 4 o'clock in the morning, I, wake up and I go, "Oh, that's a cool idea." Write that down in the notebook journal thing and go the fuck back to sleep. But it's just, I don't know, man. That whole per project or per hour, I think it's just such a backwards idea. I think it's coming from corporate crapulence. You're working in the office. You got to be in the office 9 hours a day, staring at your computer, or you're not doing your job, even though you're only actually doing about 2 hours of work in that 9 hours. That kind of garbage.
Yeah. Well, and time is just a construct, man. There's actually no such thing as an hour.
Yeah, man. All time is existing at the same time. We just make that up,
man.
Bro.
We just divide the sun and the moon, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it is true.
Don't get me started on some of that witchy shit, man. We'll be here for fucking hours because I love that stuff.
There is no such thing as time, man.
Yeah, all time is existing, and all moments are existing at the same time.
I think that's why I like headphone mixing, because I want it as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Just I want to get it out. And And I mean, but you know, I think it's different for records. Like when you're making artistic work, you know, you really, you know, sometimes you want to belabor it, sometimes not.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes I just like, look, that's what it is. Marginally, can I make it better 5%? You know, can I make it better for somebody that's got a 5.1 system or these kind of speakers or, you know, but like for most, like listening to it in a car or an AirPods or on your computer. Yeah. I mean, you can get pretty fucking close really quick.
I mean, just as long as
and plus, I don't know about you. Like, do you do zero mix board recording? Like, do you basically just go, you mix it how you basically think it should sound when you're recording, right? Without all the outboard. Yeah. We do that. We do those tricks. Greasy talked about that on TikTok just recently to try to do a zero mix.
Yeah.
Like try to record it like you're mixing it.
Yeah.
Get it as close as you can, and then add your
bells and whistles. And it's sort of,
he's right though. Like the people got to be fucking good. They got to know their tone. You got to do a lot more pre-work.
Well, but that's also, I mean, if I do a record with professional session guys, it's a more expensive process, but it is also a quicker process because all the tones are right there in the moment. It's a fucking breeze to mix that. It's when I get
a little compression, a little limiter, change it up.
Sometimes they're already doing all that before it even gets to me. It's just like
like master bus it.
Yeah,
though. Like he's gonna have done it.
But like you know, like most of the time that's not my clientele, right? I think probably like one record a year, one group of songs a year is that. And the rest of the time, it's like, you know, hey, I don't have a budget to spend, you know, $2,500 on this song.
Yeah.
So why don't we find a way to cobble it together? And it's like, well, I don't have all the studio gear. I don't have the console. I don't have the outboard gear. I don't have all the stuff. It's going to take more time, and therefore, then the project, you know, my bill goes up. Just because you didn't go use the studio, the amount of time I'm going to spend on this project, it goes up because I'm going to be spending more time dealing with your crap.
And I think a lot of home recorders, and I do not mean that at all
in a disparaging fashion.
I think that's a good thing. But like, not bedroom producers, but people who are doing it on their own. You know, they're compers a lot of times, so they're not like 4-take people. You know, it's like they comp a lot. So they'll take takes and then kind of stitch it together. But I know that some people I've worked with, they sort of get like a guitar tone down, but that's not the guitar tone they wanted to record. You know, they're like, hey, can you make sure to get that distortion right in the mix? And it's like, well, what do you mean? Like, you want me to do a plug-in on the guitar you sent me? Instead of, you know, go through that whole process, picking the head, picking the amp, picking the reverb as it goes in, you know. But I think a lot of people are just used to that. Oh, well, those pads don't sound, you know, dreamy enough. Do you have a different plug-in to make them sound dreamy?
Do you have a dreamy pad?
This is what you gave me.
Well, that's the.
But this is why I'm not a mixer. So.
Well, that's also the question. Like that goes into the discussion before they even get to, you know, like to the point where they're sending me stems or sending me, you know, audio files. Sorry for those of you that think stems are one thing, and
we're not going to
argue about stems right now.
Stereo versus mono, bitches. Stereo versus mono.
I just enjoyed that. It's like, but before it gets to me, it's like, what is my role here? And I think that's a piece of it that's also super important. Is like, I need to know what chair I'm sitting in on this bus that you're making me drive. Am I the driver, or am I, you know, in the back seat, you know, drawing dicks on the back of the seat in front of me because I'm 14 inside? Or what role am I in here? Am I the navigator? Am I the driver? What am I doing? Because if I'm gonna produce this, then I'm going to have opinions on every single little thing that comes to me. That vocal take's not good enough. Give me more emotion. I don't give a shit about pitch, and you know, I give a shit about pitch and rhythm, but I give less a shit about that than I do about emotional content connection with a believable part or vocal line. So, you know, it's like that's now I'm sitting in a different place, and I'm gonna. But if you just want me to take your shit and make it sound pretty, I don't care about any of that. You can fuck off into the night after we're done. Okay.
There are people who do that.
There are people that do that. But I don't know. Like anything that gets out of it gets out of my studio, I want it to represent my studio well as also. I mean, it's not just about the artist as well. It's like if it comes out of my studio, it better sound fucking good.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
So are you mixing on a rig where you are right now, or are you doing a laptop?
I have my Mac Mini studio and my Apollos all sitting around. And then just for fun, I did a Logic mix with nothing. Just stock plugins, just to like, and I got pretty fucking close. I just did it for fun, just for me. You know, like, okay, without all the outboard gear, without all the stuff, without all the universal audio plugins, without all the stuff on my laptop, can I fly this GarageBand session in and make it and get it close to where it was just using stock? I don't know, it's just fun for me, and that took substantially longer. It took about 3.5 hours versus 90 minutes to 2 hours, but I was able to do it, and that kind of made me happy, because it's like,
hell yes.
Because I don't know, I didn't
That's
actually.
It's called a non-subscription mix.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't that the truth?
That didn't cost you anything a month.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny because I haven't. I actually, haven't been working in Pro Tools as much over the last 9 months, so I've killed a bunch of my subscriptions. I don't have the Slate Digital shit anymore. I don't have any of the. I think Universal Audio also has one, a native plug-in subscription now. They're all going that direction. You don't own anything anymore, Michael. You own nothing.
I hate it.
The only thing I think that's great is I bought Logic. I don't even know how long ago I bought Logic.
Half years ago.
Yeah, that many years ago. And the fact that I don't have to it updates with my computers and upgrades. I'm wondering at what point they're going to move the Apple software to a subscription model as well. Because I haven't had to pay for.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Like I've heard a lot of the people in the music aspect of Apple talk about that. They're more interested in getting people into Dolby Atmos.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And they're even paying higher royalty rates for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just saw that there's some higher royalty rates for Dolby Atmos stuff. I don't know. I think that they stand alone. I mean, with all the rest of them.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Fruity Loops and things like that. But that, and I think it's such a huge selling point. There's been such a backlash, especially with, very pro mixers that are on Pro Tools in major studios, and, the iLock problems that you come up with all the fucking time. And, I think that pretty much anyone in professional audio mixing, and this goes for post-pro to mixers to recorders, anybody engineering in very pro audio, all you fucking want is stability.
Yeah.
I don't want to update constantly. Mm-hmm. I don't want to just constantly, I don't care what your new little hotness is. If I want it, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
But especially if you're doing very pro stuff, you may have done 4 sessions this week or whatever, and you're like, really, I gotta wait for 2 hours to do update. I just want to work. It can't be that much better than what I just did for these 4 clients.
Yeah. Well, I also
whatever you put in there.
I also understand that. In order for software to work at its best, it has the whole system that you're working in has to be operating at its best. And that we're under there's all kinds of security concerns with software all the time. And when they patch, they're just patching shit left, right, and center because we got a hole in the security here, put a patch with that. Well, now this fucking thing over here doesn't work, so we got to go ahead and update that software with this to go ahead and compensate for the fact that we patch the security hole in our firmware over here. And now it's so they have to keep updating every fucking day.
But the reason
Almost.
that is the very argument that we're talking about here. Because Logic is basically air gapped.
Oh, that's true.
You don't have to be online to use Logic.
Yeah.
And most of these bugs come in from updates or from using it online or being able to, someone getting into the sign in and updates and all of that. Like, if it's air gapped, no one's, breaking into your local one computer.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. There are ways to do that.
Your eyes about rolled out of your head when you said that.
I know a little bit about IT security.
Yeah.
But I mean, most of it is that, like, if it's air gapped, meaning it's not connected to the internet.
Yeah.
Because, like, even if you're connected to the internet on your rig, and you don't shut everything off, and you open up Logic, it'd be very hard for someone to come in, and they would have to dive into your audio database, dive in and change part of the source code.
Yeah, but it's not
and it would make no sense to do it one by one by one.
Yeah.
You want to do it with a full update.
Yeah, but the thing I'm talking about is not any attacks on Logic. It's any security patches they make to the operating system then affect how the user experience for Logic. So and that's why they're constantly updating.
That's
shit.
why that's fucked up. Is that, like, if you're on Pro Tools, iLock is constantly talking, right?
Yeah, chatterbox.
Because you got to make sure that the key is working, and it's I don't know.
It's all fucked.
It's the same thing.
Back to reel to reels.
Dude, I get so angry about Xbox and PlayStation and stuff.
Just want to play soccer.
Like, I just want to play soccer. I don't care about your
Would you like to try the New
thing.
Jersey and scarf combination?
Oh, my God. I just played the new Assassin's Creed.
Oh, how is it?
I have played Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft, whatever you want to call them. We have a deal. I play them all.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is Pokemon. I got to catch them all.
Yeah.
And
Get it?
I
Totally.
have played every single one. Now, take Prince of Persia out of there.
Okay.
The first ones.
Okay.
Basically, before the movie, take that out of there.
Okay.
Get to Ezio,
Okay. All right.
and we're good. From there on, I have played I've played those two.
Okay.
But the real ones are from Ezio on. I've played every single one of them.
Okay.
I have loved every single one of them. Some are better than others. Black Sails was amazing.
Yeah.
Origins, the one in Egypt.
Yeah.
By far the best.
Really?
By far the best.
Okay.
Like, it was so massive, so much great history.
That's what she said.
It was so fun, so many new tools and all this.
Yeah.
This new one is in Baghdad, in ancient well, not ancient Baghdad, but like 700 BC or 700 CE. And when Baghdad was built, the very origins of Baghdad.
Okay.
And so great place for the story.
Yeah.
Lots of great history. Islam and like it. It's really that part's great.
Cool.
However, the amount of gameplay, it was so short.
Really?
Like, it was so short comparatively. Like, as it's getting towards the end, you're like, wait a minute, I've only leveled up to 5. I'm about to kill the final boss. Like, I knew it was coming, and I was like, this better open up a whole nother game.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And not only that, but the ending absolutely sucks. The ending sucks. Normally in the ending, they get into sort of the ancient people and where Assassin's Creed comes from.
Okay.
And there's all this lore. If you play Assassin's Creed, you know what I mean. And there's kind of alien stuff, but it's not really. It's the ancient people. And they just basically wiped over all of that with like cutscenes.
Oh, boy.
And it was confusing, and it didn't make any goddamn sense.
Yep.
It didn't tie everything together like every single other one has about the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
It was unbelievably disappointing at the end. Now, the regular gameplay during the regular thing was great. It was fine. It was great. It was good.
Yeah.
But there wasn't really a brand new, like one of the coolest things on Assassin's Creed is like 2 guys are on the ground, 2 guards, let's say. And you're up above them.
Yeah.
And you can jump down and like shakunk double assassinate both of them. That happened like 8 games ago in the one in like Florence.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do that in this game. You could do this weird thing where you like target 4 people and then it does a cutscene and it kills all. But that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Like the shakunk. Oh my God, the assassinations are great. And so, but you couldn't do that in this game. And I was like, why the fuck did they take that out of this? It's just crazy. Anyway, I don't know. You got to play it if you're in the Assassin's Creed world. But like, I smoke a bunch of weed at the end of it because you're going to be so mad. You're going to be so mad if you love Assassin's Creed.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, is this?
Yeah.
Well, you know that one of my favorite Simpsons jokes ever is the newspaper with Homer's dad, Abe Simpson, on the cover, and it just says "Old Man yells at cloud."
Yes, absolutely.
That's just what I just experienced right there. Was
back in my day,
that's
onions as belts.
The question I always have about stuff like this is, I don't feel like we are aged out of of this kind of stuff that necessarily. I mean, obviously you're still playing Xbox, but there's a point where I go, this is
Wait
not.
a minute, where's
this
this
is
going?
not. This is not for. This is not
that?
for me. No, but I think that we, at a certain point, do get a little stuck in our ways, and you and I are actually pretty well evolved in, especially with the new music being on the kind of front end of like music production and that kind of stuff. And so I wonder if there's sometimes where these places, like, there's a reason I rewatch Gilmore Girls every year, is because there's no good television on now. Just watching my programs, Although I will tell you what, Welcome to Wrexham is probably my favorite show on right now. It is so good.
It is so good. Let me put a bow on Assassin's Creed.
Yes, please.
One of the main characters in it is
Ryan Reynolds.
Shohreh Aghdashloo.
Oh yeah, from The Expanse, and
from The Expanse,
she was the voice of Gozer in Ghostbusters.
Yes, and I know I completely fucked up her name, but I love her. She's the chick with the brusque voice,
really deep lady voice.
Yes, and she is just a fantastic. She's
hot
Iranian, and she's hot.
Yeah,
she's 71 and hot. She's got a little
beautiful.
Raquel Welch going on.
Anyway,
but she's from Iran.
Oh wow!
And so, like, her being the voiceover and the character in it,
cool.
That part I loved.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally all in on that. I was so happy that they had her on that.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Now, back to Wrexham.
Was her voice your sync of the week right there? Is that?
God, it should be. And she talks like this.
She's got a really cool voice.
Is there anything I could do for you today? It's just she has just the weirdest voice.
Is it weird that just turned me on?
It was a little sexy.
Sexy.
I'm looking at her face as I did that voice.
Oh, so you weren't even when you said my name, you weren't even looking at me? Okay, that's it. I'm out. I'm dry. It's fine. I'm out of here.
Say my name. Say my name.
Ooh, good pull.
But Wrexham.
Nice. I did not watch this week's
I love
yet.
Wrexham too. Can I tell you my thought about the Welcome to Wrexham this year?
Yes, please.
It is so libtard friendly, right? I'm sorry, but like, I know that that's the word everyone's using for that, but like, I'm just saying, like, as someone who is that way, I am very liberal, very progressive, and I don't give a fuck. I think it's the right way. Like, yeah, it's 2020, it's almost 2024.
Yeah,
get with the program, y'all.
Yeah.
And this isn't to make things everybody equal or anything. No, it's just let's pay attention to some other people in society and promote them and get them up. So the hearing impaired episode, holy shit. Yeah. That just warmed my heart so much. The disability episode. Yep. They're showing all of that. Yeah. And then how hard they've gone in on the women's team.
The women's team, loved that.
And the last 2 episodes about basically the women's team. And spoiler alert. But like, I love that, you came here for this like men's soccer will they get to the premiership? I mean, that's basically what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
But it has become a story about labor rights and minors and rich people that fuck over poor people and how small towns outside of big cities and working class people are screwed over constantly everywhere in the world. And also the proliferation of how English have treated the Welsh and Welsh language.
Yeah.
Like there's also that part of it, how women are treated in men's sports and the amount of money that goes to that or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, like all of those things, I love how Rob and Ryan have basically snuck this nice little liberal sliver into the world under the guise of we're going to buy a soccer team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is basically, I mean, how they have worked out this documentary about a city and a place in the world and the people there. Oh, my God. Chemical dependency, alcoholism, unaliving yourself.
Yeah.
All of that has been in this season of Wrexham.
Yeah. It's been I think I don't know if there's been an episode where I've clutched my I haven't clutched my pearls in a little like aw at the end of it, you know, just like the
I cried last night.
It's not about what you think it's about, like, you know, and that was the thing. I watched it out of curiosity because I've already watched Ted Lasso enough fucking times.
You really have. We all have.
You know, and
it'll come back. We'll watch it again next year.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
it will come back. I don't know anything.
Richmond.
I'm just saying it will come back around for us.
Yeah, for us next year. We'll be like, oh yeah, I missed this Buzzcocks reference, and then whatever. No, well, at least we'll get more shrinking, I think, next year as well. So that'd be fun.
That's right.
I started watching it because I have some close friends, you included, who are like, why are you not watching this? It's everything you love, including Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like, yeah, that's fair. So yeah. So, and I mean, you know, I love Always Sunny as well. So, you know, it's like getting a little bit of Muscles McElhenney in there is always helpful.
It's made me want to watch It's Always Sunny. I have a blind spot for It's Always Sunny. I don't know why. I love Danny DeVito. Mm-hmm. I like the people in the show.
Yeah.
Charlie Day. I've been down for all of them. And I just, for whatever reason, never have really watched it.
Yeah,
but I like Rob McElhenney. I think he's winsome.
Yeah, winsome. That's a good word for it.
Like I love him in Mythic Quest.
Yeah,
and I remember someone was walking by and like, "Hey, is that the guy from?" And I was like, "I don't know what he's from."
Yeah,
I was like, "He's from Mythic Quest." And they're like, "Oh, wait, no, it's another big show." Yeah. And then come to find out, It's Always Sunny is like
17 seasons long.
It's up there with like The Office and Friends and like as far as syndicated shows that have gone on for a long time and money. Yeah, it's a killer IP.
Yeah, yeah, and it's I had a similar thing. Like I had people close to me that really loved that show, and I just for some reason could not get into it. And then I started watching it, like late night wind down show, and was annoying everybody in the house by laughing so hard that, people were waking up because it's absolutely fucking hilarious and ridiculous and irreverent and all the things I love out of a comedy. But and I think my last sync of the week was More Than Words from Always Sunny, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
So,
which was another reason why I was like, I should get into that.
And it's really funny how that scene was set up. They're just like loaded in the bar, just singing, and the harmonies are great. And it's just like, I was like, nice work, everybody.
I guess, where is it? Is it on Hulu?
It's on Hulu, yes.
Okay.
So,
that's one we have.
Ad free. Hey, I have a question.
It doesn't matter for me because I got them all.
Yeah, I got them all.
I think that's another reason why I kind of stayed away from it is that I don't need to see people in a bar. But I know that that's not what it's about. I know that it's actually not about that. But it's not my thing. And I think that's why I didn't get into it in the beginning. It was like, okay, a bunch of friends in a bar and getting drunk.
Yeah.
It's like, and hijinks ensue, and okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's stupid of me. I'm sure it's a lot deeper than that.
No. It's the quality of the hijinks that ensue that is really where the show is outstanding in its field, like a scarecrow.
Well, and I keep getting slapped by things that would appeal to me. I saw one of I guess they have their own podcast where they go through the shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they went over there's a musical.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole musical that happened, and it's about like sort of a marriage proposal, but it's a ridiculous musical. And as it turns out, like two of the guys on the show, and Charlie Day is one of them. Charlie is, I saw a podcast with Charlie Day and Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, fantastic.
Talking about this.
Yeah.
And Lin-Manuel was like, no, you are an amazing songwriter. Like,
wow, nice.
And I was like, well, wait a minute now. Hold on.
Now we're playing in flavor
now
country.
I'm gonna have to get into that. Yeah, because then I'm like, oh, there's music parts of this. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, that's what kind of really piqued my interest. I was like, oh, maybe I'm really stupid for missing this.
Well, I know the when that Star Trek Brave New World musical episode happened, there was a lot of people. Musicals are so hit or miss, for shows like that,
Dude. And it's worse for me because, I've written an animated musical with someone. I've done some things like that, and I've been called out on it.
Yeah, where
I cringe.
Yeah,
when I'm watching a show and it goes into a musical.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, God, can we, this is not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And then inevitably, a lot of times, I just see it and I'm like, okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
Of course, as a musician, why wouldn't I want that? But I don't know why it pisses me off when I get tricked into music where there wasn't supposed to be music. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a musical show. You go and see Hamilton, that's a musical. You know what I mean? But I'm here watching It's Always Sunny. Why the fuck am I watching a musical? You know what I mean? Like tonight on a very special episode of
it's
that
Doogie
kind
Howser.
of shit that kills me.
Yeah.
And it's so weird as a musician, as a writer, as someone who has been in musicals and written musicals, and I understand musical writing versus pop writing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which makes it even worse. I should be a proponent. I should be a champion. And I'm just not.
I kind of want to write a musical at some point in time.
Let's do it.
Well, you want it? I mean, is this going to
do it right now?
I can do it right now.
I can vamp right now. Sitting on my couch. Well, you gotta do the turnaround.
Okay.
You gotta do the turnaround. But then again, if we're gonna record a podcast, maybe we should do it in the park. Dun, 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 dun. The sun is shining bright. Yeah, you got to do the turnaround.
Well, shit, my day has been taken up.
In the park. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. There you go. That musical will be out in 2025.
That's my favorite thing ever. In the park. I've always said
not in the dark, but in the park.
Oh, that is solid gold. So the gold. That's gold right there.
Take this match and I'll give you a spark. There you go.
Got nothing.
No? See? Fuck you. We can't write a musical together. I need a pro. What's going on here? Come on.
I'm sleepy. Leave me alone.
I'm totally sleepy. 4 fucking hours of sleep
Cats?
and budget work.
Oh,
you asked me how I'm doing. Like, this is why I'm wearing Wu-Tang today.
Fuck yeah. Wu-Tang.
By the way, I'm listening. I wear Wu-Tang. I wear my Wu-Tang shirt when I'm doing financial shit.
Oh, really? Just so nobody will fuck with
when
you?
I got to get checks from people. Like, P. Diddy used to have his, like, get money suit.
Yeah.
Very famously, he used to put on this, like, $3,000 suit to go around New York and, like, where's my fucking money?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, this is a long time ago. And so, not too long ago, I made the decision that, like, when I'm doing money shit, I wear my Wu-Tang shirt. Because it makes me feel right. about it. Like I want to get the money right. And I got to do this whole long comparative budget thing for a building and a whole bunch of crap. And it just sucks.
No,
but I'm
sorry.
listening to Wu-Tang.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going to wear my Wu-Tang shirt. And listen to Wu-Tang a bunch. But today, on one of the songs I was listening to, there was a line that I absolutely love that we need to put on this podcast.
Okay.
Right the fuck now.
No.
And here it is.
Okay.
Yo, too many songs, weak rhymes is mad long. Make it brief, son, half short and twice strong.
Ooh.
That is probably the best songwriting advice anyone's ever given.
Yeah. I love it.
Like, it works for rap, but it works for every song.
Heck yeah.
Weak rhymes and mad long, half short and twice strong. Let me do it in English.
Yeah.
Yo, too many songs, weak rhymes and mad long. Make it brief, son, half short and twice strong. Okay. There you go.
As if the Bard of Avon had written it himself.
Brief, son.
Keep it brief, son.
Brief. By the way, you know this, but the podcast audience doesn't know this. I can't roll my R's.
Well, I know that now.
I do it with my glottal.
Okay.
To make it brief.
Brief. Ah.
But like when I'm in Mexico or around Spanish-speaking people, and you have to do like perro.
Yeah.
Like they're like, what the fuck was that? What is that?
Yeah.
What is that? Because I'm not rolling my R and they can tell.
When I was a young warthog, I apparently couldn't say the word rubbish.
Oh.
And my mother would be like, rubbish. And I would go, bubbish. It was my thing, apparently. So,
wow. But you rolled the R before
I
you
rolled
did
the
it?
R before it and just was not say rubbish.
You just couldn't stick the landing?
Just could not stick the landing. This explains so much about my life, does it not? Like, yeah, well, man, you got the
difficult thing for a Scottish person.
The difficult tasks all the way up to the one small thing you needed to fix and finish, and you fucking didn't do it.
There's probably someone out there who's had this. I had an extra little thing on my tongue where my tongue was like, I had like a tendon under my tongue, so like lifting my tongue to the top of my mouth, I couldn't really do that. So when I think I was like 10 or something like that, they clipped it. I still have.
I have to go vomit now. That's gross. Ugh.
I still have one there.
Yeah,
but I could roll my tongue and around there.
Okay,
but I had like an extra little. Someone knows what the hell I'm talking about.
Called your sex flap.
I probably had a little bit of a speech impediment. As a child, so I probably talked a little bit more like this because I couldn't let my tongue go out.
Oh.
But then I was fine and I could do this.
Oh.
But
nice.
This is why I think I can't roll my R's with my tongue. Like my tongue won't do that. I have not gotten a medical diagnosis on that. I'm making all of that up. I'm not sure if any of that is true.
Can I bring us back to something? A question. The question popped up earlier when we were talking about Logic and air gapping and all that kind of stuff. And you brought up Dolby Atmos, like how Apple is really trying to push everybody into this area for listen. Is that for listening or for mixing, or is this like they're really moving into this area? I'm just curious what the data is on this with regards to who the fuck is listening to things in Atmos besides Steven Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably. Let me start by saying I don't know.
Okay,
but I do know that it's something like the spatial audio Dolby Atmos thing is something I've seen on distributors, and I've seen it. You can separate it out if you're in Apple Music.
Yeah,
like which one of them you listen to.
Yeah,
and. I assume it's a hardware play. I assume it's something where if you're an audiophile, you have to listen to it with certain audio equipment. I assume that, but I don't know. I look, this same argument has been going on for what, at least a decade.
Yeah.
Of like, it's an HD song, or this is a 5.1 mix.
Yeah.
Or it's a whatever. That's just not my world.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't like.
Yeah.
My world is people listening on AirPods and on computer speakers,
Which is most of the world, right?
Exactly. And that's the shit I'm concerned about. Like, to me, like, this goes all the way back to DSDs and to Gus Skinner. Yeah, it goes back to all of that, like, that audiophile, really cool shit. And this is all spatial and you know, binaural stuff. Like, I know that it's there.
Yeah.
I know that some people care about it. But to me, it's just so marginal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and so... You know, and in my world, and maybe for like certain kinds of music genres, it makes sense. I mean, obviously for like a classical mix, I could see why it would matter.
Yeah.
For like
sit in the orchestra,
and also conversely for like an EDM mix, like that you can do a whole lot of like feeling that thump in a different part of your brain.
Yeah.
But like for me and my world and the kind of stuff I traffic in, that ain't my drug.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that
do you
that
want a
ain't my
new drug?
users. No. No, I'm pretty good. Thank you.
I'm good, bro. Thanks.
I got that sativa. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that, you know, it's just like Steven Slate's VS Sex stuff, like where the headphones are supposed to be modeling a bunch of things, and it just kind of didn't take off.
Yeah.
You know, and so I've seen, I guess my point of view on it, and I could be completely wrong. By the way, let me just state that up front. I may be completely wrong. This may be the future.
The way of the future.
I just feel like every time this shit has come up, HD mixing, surround sound mixing, 5.1 stuff, DSD, you know, enhanced audio, Dolby, like every single time it comes up, I'm told this is the new shit. And then it just sort of falls away and dies off and no one really cares.
Yeah.
So I guess every time I just feel like I don't care until it becomes a hot enough issue for me to care about. Like enough people are like, you know, why aren't you doing this?
Yeah.
You know, instead of one person like, why aren't you doing this?
Yeah. I remember a couple of years ago, man. Okay, so, I mean, we're talking like at least 2 EPs ago, a buddy of mine who was mixing my stuff because I was like, you know what, I don't want to be in this. You do it. I'm doing other things. So he engineered and mixed and mastered the whole thing, and we fucked around with 5.1 mixing on a couple of the songs, and it was just like, this is fine.
Yeah,
you know, but it didn't blow my socks off or anything like that. And so I'm still trying to figure out like what because I don't. Again, you and I listen to music in a different way than the majority of people listen to music. We're listening. There's a detailed focus that happens when something happens. You know, when we gravitate to a piece of music, whatever it is. You know, we're listening to production value. We're listening to progressions. We're listening to, you know, oh look, they've been like reading the Ryan Tedder handbook over here, and that's why every space is filled with something. You know, or you know whatever it is. But most people aren't listening to music and going, wow, it's really cool. The triangle is actually in my left ear behind my head. You know, that's
right.
So, like, I don't understand who this is for yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's always audio files.
Yeah,
you know, I was involved in a 5.1 mix on a post production thing.
Yeah,
so it was
for film, right?
It was music and dialogue and sound design and like it was everything.
Well, that makes more sense.
That completely makes sense. I mean, the gun, the bullets are whizzing past you. There's an explosion behind you. Yeah. There are footsteps near you. The music is like sitting on top. It was like a cloud on top of the thing. Yeah, that completely makes sense. And I think it makes sense sometimes in video games.
Yeah.
To do it that way. Because,
for an immersive experience. Totally.
Immersive audio.
Yeah.
It's a big keyword.
But you're also in that situation. If you're watching a documentary, a film, or playing a game, you're playing it for longer than the 3 minutes of a normal, average, ordinary song, unless you're going with the classical route, which you end up with 45 minute, hour and a quarter long pieces. But so, like, again, like, the audience for this, I feel like, is so small that it doesn't make sense to be throwing a whole fuckload of money at it, except when it comes to how it relates to visual mediums.
Right. And it's the whole idea is to make a 3-dimensional audio experience. I mean, that's the point of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like whenever I've been privy to some like immersive audio, I got to do the test with Gus up in Boulder, and like that dude was like, I mean, I heard Pink Floyd like no one's ever heard Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And to hear it remixed and mastered like that is amazing.
Yeah.
In a tuned studio.
Yeah.
You know, like
specialized space for it.
And I also knew that was happening, but I got to tell you, like from a music lover standpoint, it got me out of the moment, right? Because I'm hearing like the guitar stacked like on the left side behind my head.
Yeah.
And not used to that, right? Like if I was used to hearing just the CD or the whatever on a regular speakers or on a hi-fi at home or or even in my headphones, like that's not the way it sounded. That's not the way I heard it before. And so the whole time, again, you and I listen to music differently. I am just separating out, like my brain is separating out everyone in the studio, every single mix, and the air, and the pick scrape that you hear now. Like there's all this extra information that you have to deal with. And it took me out of just enjoying the goddamn song.
Yeah.
And I think that it's the same way, like if I'm at someone's house and they have, and they have like a kicker and they've got like a bass thing behind and like 4 speakers around, and it's like, you kind of jump from some of the sound behind. I'm like, I guess that's what they're going for, but that's not what I'm going for. I just want to hear it.
Yeah.
And I want to hear it clearly. And that's the other thing. I know for a fact that a lot of this kind of mixing is the reason why a lot of people that just watch their Samsung TV have trouble with volume. Yeah. Because it's not... You're getting the same audio delivered to you, basically. Yeah. And those 2 little speakers can't really handle it all. So you got to turn it way the fuck up. And then, like, there's a car chase, and you got to turn it all the way down.
7 times louder, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a dialogue thing. And then you're like, Jesus, my TV's never been on 57. What the fuck? And you got to dig all the way down. And that is annoying as fuck to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, like, again, like, is that adding to my experience? It doesn't feel like it. Yeah. It doesn't feel like it unless I have thousands of dollars worth of gear. Yeah. And I'm used to it. Yeah. But again, I've known people that have that kind of audio setup in their house, right? Like their living room is tuned for all of that. Yeah. Okay. So for a big run movie, it was cool, I guess. I don't know. For me, like I said, it was sort of jarring to hear it that way. Yeah. But then, they turn it to like Food Network. Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Yeah. Like,
Are they chopping carrots in the other room? What's going on?
Jada looks good, but like, I'm not hearing the garlic any more than I would.
I'm not hearing the garlic.
Jeffrey's in town this weekend.
Oh, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey will be returning from the city. I'm going to make him a nice cocktail and some chicken frisee.
I'm of 2 minds about this stuff. Like, cause I'm always when I hear about stuff like this and I listen to a pair of talking twits like us, like having an opinion on this, I think about the Henry Ford, quote of, if I'd asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. And, so like some of this is just, progress to try and, move us into a more, refined future experience. But then I remember like the number of times when I've been playing guitar and I was like, somebody should invent fucking whatever, this thing, right? And I'll go, I should just fucking invent it and put it out to market. And then I realized that the market share for something like that is so small, it's not worth my investment of time or money to make that. So that's where I'm like, okay, maybe you're trying to, progress us into a new place as far as, our experience as human beings. But are you trying to make the automobile out of faster horses, or are you just trying to make things that don't matter to people?
Okay. My liberal is going to show here.
Okay, have at it.
Okay?
Let it out.
Henry Ford can fuck off, for one thing.
Yeah.
It's a nice quote and it's a nice statement. But if he asked people what they would have said, is I want something that doesn't ruin the earth, these beautiful mountains and streams that I live by, and something that doesn't deplete natural resources using fossil fuels, which is what you're going to create. So if he would have actually asked people, they would have given him an answer that they wanted a better system for horses, and that had he given them the whole information about what he was creating, like they would have asked for faster horses. They're so stupid. I'm so smart. I created a car. Yes, you did, but you also ruined the world for 100 years. We sped up the economy. We fucking loaded up the economy, but a lot of men died on that line. A lot of kids died making those cars, and a lot of people continue to die because of that car industry. So no, you didn't ask us, but you created it, and we all fell for it. But like, had we known all of the inputs of creating a car and what that would actually mean, I'm not sure if everyone would have taken that deal. Look, a hyper-relative economy that's going to take more steel and more steel workers and more public money to go help you build those cars, while all of the middle class is making just enough to buy their own and then buy the gas that goes into them. But then we also have to use all of that money to build the roads that those cars are going to go on. Henry Ford didn't fucking do that either. And so the thing is that that's a great comment and a great statement. And the thing about you're saying, well, if I invented it, it's only like a marginal thing. It's not the way business works these days, right? Because you're not actually going to create something in your garage and sell it directly to the market. You're creating something in your garage to get investors to buy part of your profit model. And then those investors are then going to make you go IPO and get other investors into it. So it's not about selling it to the market. You're so stupid, Stu. It's not about the commercialization to people. It's about whether or not JP Morgan is going to put $1.5 billion behind it, or whether or not you're going to get a venture capitalist to put money behind it, because you're never going to spin it up to market at scale. And if you do, you're going to get killed by the patent market, because those VCs got the money to do that. Probably something that you're going to make, a component of it, is owned by somebody else. And that's the way that capitalism works. And I'm sorry, fuck Henry Ford.
I'm just going to go ahead and slide this pin back into the grenade over here. That was an amazing rant.
I just think that like all of those things are like, they seem like they're natural progression thoughts. Like, and the same thing with Steve Jobs. Well, if I asked everyone, we would have never gotten to the iPod. Well, yeah, we also wouldn't have gotten to the part where you demonetize music to be $1 per track and never rose it with the CPI, with inflation, with how much it costs for input. You locked in the price and kept music cheap while you raised the prices of iPods every single time you put a new one out, until you did the Nano. But you raised the prices of iPods and you put more and more storage, more and more components in it, ripped and stripped the world of all of the natural components to make those fucking iPods, which would eventually get us to the point of people wanting to only put music on a phone or in the cloud and demonetize music. So yeah, you revolutionized the world, and you also eviscerated part of an industry. I'm sorry.
You don't have to ever apologize for your rant. I enjoy your rant.
Steve Jobs wasn't a genius?
But, I mean...
Also, Steve Jobs didn't make it, and neither did Henry Ford. Other people made it. You made the money. Good for you. Sorry.
You're on fire today. Is he
going to talk about universal basic income or something? I just fucking might.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead. I'll just go ahead and mute this channel right now.
Oh, podcast listeners, are you still there? How you doing? Let me tell you about my favorite TikTok this week. It's so funny. I love this TikTok. There's a guy. He shows up on your TikTok screen, right? He goes,
Is it you? Is it you?
Hey, look, a mockingbird. And then he shows a picture of a bird, and the bird goes, oh, hey, look, a mockingbird.
I have a
Holy
new
shit. That's what I call my stop TikTok. So
Yeah.
I'm scrolling. Whenever I hit one that just, like, I drop my phone laughing.
Yeah, that's
Something
it.
I've never seen before or whatever. I'm like, that's it. You did it. You got me.
Okay, I'm 104 years old on TikTok because I'm watching, like, it's, you know, like I see my friends and all, they're all doing cool shit. But then it's like I see this old house, you know, like TikToks, and they're refurbishing like the baseboard on a, you know, a colonial cottage, and I'm like fucking in. I am like, give me part
Is
2
that
of this
crown
video.
molding?
I am like, woodworking is crack for me on TikTok, and I don't know what's like. It's like I've basically gone back to knitting on the internet, you know, like I'm
I
not.
love it.
It's so fun.
I love it so much.
Yeah, because I don't want to watch. I mean, like I get it. As I've said to you before, I get enough garbage between all the other stuff. I'm really not. I'm posting stuff on you know, Instagram, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff through like the third party client, so I can just upload the things, schedule them, and get the fuck out of there because I don't want to stare at it. But TikTok,
And that's why you're not
spend
getting
it.
the engagement.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah,
Yep.
that's probably right. I'll okay, fine. I'm getting
gotta
some
go native.
engagement. I gotta go
You
native.
gotta go native.
Okay.
You gotta go native, and you gotta go at the certain times.
Did you hear that, Evan? We learned something today. Okay, I'll get back. I'll get back into the nativeness, but I don't. I spend an inordinate amount of time watching woodworking on TikTok because I'm like, oh
Wow.
yeah, I remember doing that. Oh yeah,
That's called wood talk.
It's way, yeah. I mean, I have wood while wood talking. It is just
Yeah.
because I don't want to see. There's a whole lot of things that are going on in the world and in my world. You know, I got an email from a school in my kids' district about basically a giant brawl that happened with a bunch of kids, and there was pepper spray and all this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, my kid is going to high school and this shit is like, you know, there's full on brawls happening, and I'm getting I mean, it used to be he would come home from school and then I would get that information from him and I'd be like, okay, are you okay? Okay, great. But now I'm getting instant like emails about, oh yeah, there was police activity on the school campus, and a bunch of kids, about 130 kids, all got in a brawl. You know,
Wow.
and they were pepper sprayed by the. It was just like, what the fuck. So, I like to watch woodworking on TikTok to not wallow in all of that stuff all the time, because if I think too hard about some of the things that my kid is going to deal with as he moves through the world. Yeah, we might, you know, move to a yurt in the country and never leave.
But where? Like, I mean, with all the things
I'm
going on
not telling
in
you.
America,
Off the grid,
I know.
man.
I know. I feel it though. I feel that where I would like the check, please.
Yes.
I think I'm out.
Check, please. We'll be,
Yeah,
we'll be in
I'm
Mexico.
just so sick of the fucking
I want to be on a beach and not thinking about this. Can I be Sammy Hagar, please?
right.
Yeah, give me that money.
Sammy's
and that,
got it right.
Yeah, Sammy's got it right. Anyway. All right, we've ranted for a good solid amount of time. Should we jump onto a sync, or should we actually get to the like? Yeah,
yeah. Who cares about the Spotify thing? It's nefarious or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about it next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Spotify's coming for your money
Again.
if you make under 50 cents a month, which most of you do. So,
Yep.
but you know, hey, when there's 1.8 songs uploaded every month, you know, they're going to make their money. Okay, we'll talk about that later, because basically we're all making it up. They haven't actually given us the policy of what they're actually going to fucking do.
Yeah.
So fuck them. But we'll figure it out. But yeah, let's get to the sync of the week.
Sync.
I will go first.
Yeah, go first.
Run, don't walk, stop what you're watching, and get into the fall of the House of Usher.
Oh, hell yes.
When this is
Mike
coming
Flanagan?
out, it's a little bit over Halloween, but that's okay. It's still spooky season. The fall of the House of Usher on Netflix, yes, is Flanagan, Mike Flanagan. This is the reason that limited series exist.
Excellent.
It's not a movie. It couldn't be. It'd be an 8-hour movie.
Yeah.
It's not a single episode kind of thing. It's not IP. It's not going to go 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It is perfect at 8 episodes.
Fantastic.
It is the whole reason for a limited episode series. It is unbelievably good. The first episode, as all episodes, it's a little bit slow. From there on out, you're fucking hooked.
Yeah.
It's a little horror, a little fun. An ensemble cast. If you have seen the Haunting
of
House,
Bly Manor.
what's that? What was
Haunting
that
of
called?
Bly Manor was one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't remember what the second one. I think that was the second one.
Yeah.
I mean, he did Midnight Mass. He did.
Yes, Midnight Mass. You will recognize a bunch
Haunting
of
of
these people.
Hill House was the
Haunting of Hill House, yeah,
first
and
one.
the other one that's from that.
Yeah.
You will recognize these people from that, but like all of the actors are just amazing in this. The source material hits all of the greatest hits from Edgar Allan Poe.
Back, yeah.
There is a whole lot of poetry and also poeticness in it. It is
Love it.
amazing. I couldn't stop. It's
Did you binge it?
fantastic. Mark Hamill's also in it. You should know that.
Oh, I did know that.
Yeah, binged it as much as I could, and we always kind of wait until there's 2 episodes left,
Yeah.
and then make sure that we see those 2 episodes on the same night. But yeah,
Yeah.
tried to get in 2 or 3 episodes a night, and then got to the last 2 last night. It's just and by the way, nailed the fucking landing on the end.
Nice.
Just satisfying.
Unlike Assassin's Creed.
I'm just saying, yeah, and maybe it's because of Assassin's Creed. I was so excited that it like nailed it. The whole thing was great. But anyway, so I can't speak highly enough about it. The writing is so very good. There's a ton of great music in it, and you know, because of all of this excellence, I want to point out my sync. I believe it was episode 3 or 4, the Black Cat episode.
Okay.
We built this city from Starship. Now, okay,
This kick-ass city?
hang with me here. We built this city from Starship. Perhaps voted as the worst song of all time in almost every list, right? I believe it deserves another listen.
Okay.
All right? I believe
You have time to make your case?
it deserves another listen. First of all, Martin Page, Bernie Taupin wrote it.
No shit. I did not know that.
No shit. Now, does he feel better about it?
No.
I'm just saying.
Still not a great song.
Now, listen. Is it not a great song, or is it so great that
It might be
seems that it's
execution.
not a great song? It's kind of like The Wheels on the Bus Go Round or Baby Shark.
Dude.
Not a great song, but does it
dude.
stick with you?
Yeah.
I would venture yes.
I maintain, yes. Yes, it
Yes.
does.
Is the message great? We built this city on rock and roll. By the way, I was alive when this song came out.
Yep.
And I think this song taught us all that Marconi invented the radio. Marconi plays the mamba. Listen to the radio. That line, everyone's like, who the fuck is that? And like, you had to like go and look at an encyclopedia or like ask somebody, and everybody's like, yeah, he's the guy that invented radio. And then Tesla would come out, and we would realize that as well. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, look, one of the reasons why everyone hated this song to begin with is because Starship at the time had really gone downhill. I mean, Grace Slick was a fucking legend. And by
Yeah.
the time this came out, it was like, what are you guys doing? Why are you still hanging on?
Yeah.
And so, but look, it was the 80s.
Yeah.
There was a lot of drugs, whatever. I'm just saying, listen to it for what it is. And when it hits in this scene, I challenge you not to tap your toe. I challenge you not to sing along. I think you will. I think you will be like, this is a great placement. Listen, it's also ballsy of the supervisor, Justine von Winterfeld, which, by the way, is one of the best names I've ever heard of a music supervisor. Justine von Winterfeld.
Oh, damn.
everyone in the pool, yeah. Anyway, the boldness to pick this derided song, this perennially hated song, this listed above all else as the worst of the worst. Mm-hmm. Ballsy. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we built this city, Starship, the fall of the House of Usher.
How would you place that versus God Gave Rock and Roll to You, too? Sorry, I had to give you the full title. From Kiss. Because, I mean, like, you know, we built this city on rock and roll. Do you follow it up with a good old-fashioned God Gave Rock and Roll to You?
That's too much. That's too much songs about rock and roll.
Too much?
Yeah, that's too many. That's too many self-referential songs about referential songs.
That's fair.
Stop writing songs about songs.
We were just another band out of Boston. Rock and roll band.
Turn the page. I listen. I know you're gonna hate me immediately.
No,
these people, you're gonna jump in my mentions or whatever. I'm just
Don't
saying,
at me.
we
Don't
built this city. Deserves another listen.
Yeah, okay.
In 50 years, people may look back on this song as like, okay, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go.
They're like, my God, what a time capsule of excellence.
I know. It just, listen, it's better than you think. It's better than you remember.
I told you that.
And the other thing is that it's really good when you. This is the beauty about music supervision. I call it listening. I call it hearing something in the wild. When you hear something in the wild, like you're not playing it on YouTube, you're not playing it on Spotify, you're not listening to it in your, like maybe in your car, it could pop on a radio station, but you expect music to happen there. When you hear it in the wild, like it's on a TV show or on a placement somewhere, it just puts it in a different light. I'm just saying, maybe give it another shot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Mine is from. Guess where it's from. Guess where it's from.
Welcome to Wrexham.
Well, I actually have about 5 that I've been writing down, but 2 of them are from Welcome to Wrexham. And it was episode 4 of season 2. The use of Holiday Road was a lovely experience, especially with the fake Sean that they had in the reenactment, because they refused to let them film his vacation.
I love that part.
It was so fucking funny. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm really, really enjoying that show. They've got some great placements. They have a Robbie Williams placement later on of a song I love too. But it was funny because I was like doing my my IMDb Pro search.
Sure.
And Andrea Von Forster is listed as a soup on episodes 1 through 3, but I couldn't find any information on episode 4. I would imagine she's probably doing the entire thing, but
it's probably a bad assistant.
That's probably a bad. Yeah, that assistant is
Didn't
fired.
list it right.
Yeah, boo. So again, just to show everybody, even at this level, somebody else can fuck up your paperwork.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. So do you know the Holiday Road song story?
I'm sure you've mentioned it before, because I know that we've mentioned that song before on here.
We have.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I can get into it really quickly. First of all, it's not a Fleetwood Mac song.
It's a Lindsey Buckingham song.
It's a Lindsey Buckingham song. It's a bespoke song, basically. Harold Ramis asked him to write 2 songs for the National Lampoon's Vacation.
Fantastic, yeah.
That was coming up. And he thought, oh my God, soundtrack work, that's horrible. They just came off Mirage, which was actually a pretty big hit album for Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
But it's Harold Ramis, and fuck you gonna do? So he creates it, but he doesn't, this is why it's like so kind of quickly put together. Yeah. Like it's clearly not a normal Lindsey Buckingham song.
Yeah, they did not spend hours on the tones on this one.
In fact, it's 2 minutes and 11. That's what the running time of that song is.
Perfect. I'm into that.
And it was a single, and there's a B-side that's called The Trip Theme from Vacation. Go ahead and look that up, kids, because when you hear that,
oh boy,
it's going to be fun. But anyway, surprise hit because it was, Chevy Chase and Harold Ramis, and the movie kind of made it go, and it peaked at like 82 on Hot Billboard chart. It was not really like a radio burner, but it is. Boy, does it sit well on. I've heard this from multiple music soups. Like, it just sits so well on film.
Yeah.
Like you just put it in, and it works.
Does its
with
thing.
So many things.
Yeah.
By the way, Lindsey Buckingham played the bass on that song too.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I think he played everything.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like, nobody else gets any money on this. Just
Lynn
me.
and LM1 on percussion. Yeah, he did the whole thing.
Yeah.
He programmed the whole thing and basically
Get some Lynn drums up in there.
That's right. But so so it's just one of those things where it was for the movie, and like here we are years later. It's been used all over the place.
Yeah, that's 40 years later. No, maybe not. Almost 40 years later.
But it just goes.
Well,
let's see. It was 83.
So that is 40 damn years.
Exactly 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's it's just kind of crazy. It was recorded in 82, but it was. I just think it's just an interesting story how a rock star, and clearly by 82, 83, Lindsey Buckingham is a fucking legend. This is post Fleetwood Mac, post Rumors, post like the biggest parts of Fleetwood Mac in 78, 79, 80,
totally.
81. And then Mirage actually had some shit on there that was like big for a little bit more Christine and stuff. And Lindsey Buckingham thought of himself the genius of the band anyway. Hey, I think you would agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm speaking out of school there. But, to be like, oh my God, soundtrack work, and the idea that at the time, oh my God, you don't write a song for a movie. That's below you as an artist. And then to do it and it becomes so well known and so well used and relevant 40 years later. Like it just shows you and he sort of, puss-footed his way through it. The lyrics suck. It's
nothing to do with that. You hit that chorus, nobody gives a fuck, right?
It's a really it's the weakest solo he's ever done. It is.
I don't know.
I mean, I have derided the song many times in different forums. But but that's also what makes it easy to digest.
Yeah. I would love to have just a mere sprinkling of that level of self-confidence to just believe that you're the genius in Fleetwood Mac.
I know.
I'm the genius. Everybody else can just fuckest the off.
But don't you see, I play a different guitar than everyone, and I do it with my fingers, and I play with nylons. But once he was fucking Stevie Nicks, you're like, okay.
All right. Well, see you later.
You are the genius. All right, let's wrap this sucker up. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we really do appreciate it, and rocking us over there on Amazon Music. Really appreciate that. YouTube subscribers, how are you? Very nice to see you.
You're looking gorgeous today.
To that, we are moving toward video. We are going to be interviewing bands. There are things afoot.
Yes.
But they're not happening yet. But we will be doing that soon. In the meantime, if you have some musical needs, go to StuMillerMusic.com. StuMillerMusic.com. He can mix some things for you. He can do all of it.
Yeah.
He can do the recording, mixing. He can give you some songwriting instruction. See, I'm just pumping you up so you don't have to pump yourself up.
By the way, when you said in the meantime, I immediately heard the Space Hog song in my head.
All we are is
Thank you. Nailing it.
Thank you. And so until the next time we talk to you and the next time you hear us, we hope you write a great song.
Yes, please. At 2ShotsMusicPod, everywhere you find your fancy pants on the internet. And at 2ShotsMusicPod@gmail.com for all of your questions and queries. And write yourself a great song. We would love to hear some of them at some point in time.
Yes, we probably are.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.